Welcome to the fourth and final chapter of the Ancient Stone Tablets. This week, we're going to be sending Ganon back to the dark pits of hell from which he spawned. Well, we all know that it's a bit pointless really, because he's just going to return, isn't he? To terrorize the people of Hyrule once again, in subsequent additions to the Legend of Zelda series. But what's this? Zelda wants to come with us again! Somehow I don't think the king would approve of this. But never mind, what he doesn't know shan't hurt him. It will, no doubt, cause us a considerable amount of pain, however. This is a somewhat lengthy introductory speech from Agina here. And if you listen, or rather read carefully, he's telling us how to get to the next dungeon, and pretty blatantly too. More hand-holding for the newbies there. Hello there, priest. He will pray to the gods for my safety, even after I've swished my sword at him in anger. And here we are, in the remaining part of the overworld we have yet to explore. As I just run into a buzz blob again. Ah, the comedy of errors. Having said that, I dispatched of that bird quite nicely there. Ah, which reminds me. It has come to my attention that I am using far too many flaky adjectives such as nice and lovely. Well, to remedy this, I have a thesaurus you can hear flipping around now. And this will hopefully inject some intellectualism into this long play. Well, probably not, because it'll just delay things while I look up the words, but let's continue. No, let's push on. No, let's progress. This sign pretty much tells you what you have to do, just in case you'd forgotten what Agina had told you. And if you remember from Link to the Past, this particular cave had the magic cape in it. Said item does not appear in this incarnation of the game. However, its remnants can be found deep in the game's coding, which seems to indicate that perhaps Nintendo or Cento Giga had to remove it at the last minute quite hastily. Although considering lots of unused leftover coding from Link to the Past appeared in this game, it's one of those mysteries we will most likely be left to ponder for some time yet. More on that later perhaps, because for now, we have entered the 7th dungeon. And this is the shortest dungeon in the game. Well, in this chapter you do have to defeat Ganon as an extra challenge, so they would have to shorten one of the dungeons, I should think. Here is a chest. But oh no! It's a trap! It's a trap! Well, what better way to enter the ice cave? Now, before you go and watch another video, let me tell you that this is nowhere near as annoying as the Ice Palace in Link to the Past. Although there are one or two things that will slightly cheese you off, and we'll get to those in due course. But in this room, my ancient stone tablet's brain completely deserted me because I forgot to check the wall at the side there. And look, we're already going to the next floor! Yes, we've missed a secret. Nah, who needs those thieves and their bomb upgrades anyway? So I just get slaughtered by the blasted jellyfish men that send me straight back up the stairs. Oh, yes. And the jellyfish men are avoided. I wonder where they go when they fall down the hole. Is it a bottomless pit? Well, seemingly not, because, as I just demonstrated twice there, you appear in the doorway. They just die. Well, They do respawn when you re-enter the room. video game logic. It's fantastic, isn't it? No, sorry, it's admirable. No, terrific! Ooh, penguins! I wonder if they're Avenger penguins. Though, I don't know what penguins have to be vengeful about these days. I guess the polar ice caps are melting and it's the humans' fault. Guess they could move to London Zoo or something. Everybody loves penguins, don't they? We could have them as pets and keep them in our fridges and things. This room is the hardest that this dungeon gets, and I do get hit quite a few times in it. But we do get the big key. Ample reward. We'll just bludgeon our way out of here. Bye-bye Beamos, who freezes kindly while I walk up the stairs. And there is the big chest. We had to do a lot to find that, didn't we? I wonder what's in there. First we have to loot the pots to check there are no keys. And it's the Cane of Samaria. It isn't to be confused with the Cane of Somalia, or even the Cane of Samari, which I guess would be a rather grisly punishment involving pirated Mega Drive games. Well, I did say this dungeon was short, and already we have reached the boss. Like the others, he isn't too difficult, and we shall destroy him in seconds. Let's do this! Just select the fire rod and spam him to death. Oh dear. Yes, that's the hardest part of this fight, because the eyeball dudes themselves are pretty easy. If it wasn't for the falling ice, this battle would be insultingly simple. Not that it isn't already, because look, we've killed them. And they had to get a cheap shot in right at the end there. With the 7th stone tablet in our possession, there remains only one. Go and find the next stone tablet. That we shall. Ooh, Zelda! No, there's plenty of time for that later! We have more important things to do, like stopping a giant pigman from invading the country again. But first, we shall do some grave robbing. We're on the search for some human hearts here. Drop down here though, and we shall surely be rewarded with yet another item that we do not really need, because we are pros. There's 100 rupees, a bomb, and the 4th bottle. This is a bottle, you don't say. Although it does resemble a jam jar somewhat, but there is no jam in this game. I wonder if there's honey because there are bees. Probably not. Reading into this too much. Back in the overworld area now, and we shall skillfully dodge the buzz blob that caused us so much trouble earlier. Oh yes, I'm on a roll now. But the search for the next dungeon continues. Could it be down here? The answer is no. But this furry is hiding something that we need for our quest. To acquire our next piece of rotting human heart, we shall have to do a bit of thinking. That's enough thinking. I'm going to use the Cane of Samaria. And that's what you do. Whenever I use the Cane of Samaria, it brings back bad memories of that time when I got stuck in Turtle Rock forever. And you probably know the part that I'm talking about. No doubt many of you had the same problem. You see, the game never makes it entirely clear that you can explode the blocks that you put down with the cane. I'm not going to spoil it for those of you who have yet to play Link to the Past, but let it be known that you must know how to use the Cane of Samaria if you want to progress in the Turtle Rock dungeon. Speaking of dungeons, here's Death Mountain, and that's our next port of call. Just slam into the tree there, and we'll have a quick look at what's up here. Here's the rental shop for future reference. Now, Lumberjack fans will be pleased to know that they make an appearance in this game. And they have something of a significance, although not really. You can speak to them, and they say that you can pull out the Master Sword. And the other dude says the same thing. Yes, I think I'll leave you to cut down this tree forever. But if we head over to the house here, it says that they're outside during good weather. However, the weather never turns bad in the 4th week, and that's the only time that you can access them. Some conspiracy theorists speculate that once the Lumberjacks leave, you can slam into the tree and get the magic cape, but it's totally untrue. It's a fun little thing to think about, however, but only if you're a complete geek. I've just depressed myself. Let's take a look at what's in here. A simple use for the magic hammer, although I'm not quite so sure what's so magic about it. You can hammer down stakes, and that's pretty much all an ordinary hammer can do. Actually, it's more of a mallet, isn't it? So, a misnomer there. You don't need to be a tradesman to know that regular hammers also have a thing to remove nails on the end. I don't know what it's called technically, but this particular hammer does not have one. Well, I guess it is magic, so you can just point the hammer at the nail and it would automatically pop out of the wall. I'd love one of those. I wonder if they sell them in the Hyrule version of the Screwfix catalogue. Alongside the lawn mowing medallion, no doubt. I'll bet that this thief picks locks with tools he bought from Screwfix. Or rather, tools he appropriated from Screwfix. Yes, never buy what you can steal and sell on for cash. That's the Hyrule Thieves Code, and coincidentally the motto by which an increasing number of people are living their life. The breakdown of modern society. A bit of an advanced warning for you. We do get lost a couple of times in this dungeon. Don't plan out your route, he says. Remember it all in your head, he says. Well, you shouldn't have too many problems with the dungeons if you've played Link to the Past, and if you haven't, you might have 1 or 2 problems, but on the whole, it is quite simple to work out. This stuff is a relative doddle when you compare it to Turtle Rock, and pretty much all of the Dark World dungeons, and we've just gone the wrong way again. Watch this fantastic move now. 2 in 1! Also note that you cannot use magic items when you're stood in the door. And here we go. A small key. Excellent. All of that for a small key. Oh, Zelda, what have I told you about doing that in public? I know you're pleased with me and all, but can we not save it for later? Enough shenanigans. We have a dungeon to navigate. And we now have a key for this door here. So let's head through and see if we can find a switch. Haha, you blasted skeletons no longer trouble me. I have the red clothes. And another small key. Oh, more stuff to deal with. Out of my way, fools. A rather taxing puzzle here. Not really, it's quite simple. But I suppose, again, if you're playing this game for the first time, then it's not really a given. For that reason, I would say that the Ancient Stone Tablets is a good gateway game if you're planning on playing Link to the Past. Have a go at this to get your appetite whetted, and then see if you are prepared to take on the mighty challenge that is Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. I'm blessed! Nah, don't let that put you off. He isn't really in it. Hey look, we can get past this part now. These red jellyfish can be a pain, but the best piece of advice that I can give you for playing this game: don't kill enemies that you do not need to. And maybe I should practice what I preach. Oh, come on, Zelda! Oh, she didn't get stuck on there for some reason. Hooray, it's the map. I'm so glad we got that, 'cause now we can see where the boss is and stuff. Well, it's gone dark, but we shall worry not, for our shield has an inbuilt torch that automatically lights when it goes dark. There is stuff hidden around here, just not in this room. There may be some in here, but we must first get past the Turd Slugs of slowdownness. Thankfully, they only deal 1 hurt of damage now that we have the red clothes. And over here, we have a chest! Yes, you might have missed that if it weren't for me telling you. There are a few treasure chests only obtainable via the hookshot around here. So, have an explore and try to avoid the skeletons. Uncharacteristic accuracy with the pots there. Just check over here to show you. You can't get that way, but here's an aforementioned secret. But it's the compass. Yeah, where's my rupees? I wanted rupees. Now this room can cause a bit of consternation, but if you take your time, you should be fine. Over here, wir haben the Mirror Shield, the most powerful shield in the game. There are some pitfalls which may become quite annoying, and you'll see why fairly soon. But for now, let's check over here. Well, I suppose we'd better check out what that other door's all about. So, back over here. Poor accuracy with the hookshot. And you can't get through. What's the betting that that's going to be a trap for later on? No problems this time. And on to the next room, where it's still dark. If we blindly fire the hookshot, we will find some rupees. And back over here, we can head downwards. Oh, you things. I don't know, they've got some sort of a strange mullet thing going on there, haven't they? Those fire-spitting Dark World guards. Ah, that door then. I wonder where that leads. More rupees in the meantime. First we'll see what's behind the wall I just bombed. Care to guess? Incorrect, it's more rupees. Now you probably did guess rupees, didn't you? Sorry about that. We can head onwards, or we can head backwards. Let's head backwards for the heck of it. Just to show you, and yes, we're back here again, aren't we? That was a fiendish move, game. And just to make it even more intolerable for you, the viewer, I fall down the hole. Hey, potholers syndrome. You see a hole, and you fall down it. we have some stuff to light here. We'll just get killed by those mullet boys. And die. Take that, Rick Astley. And the fantastic maneuver there to light two at once. And what's this? It's our ticket out of this room. Thankfully, a lot of the puzzles in this game are generally self-contained within the one room. It's not too difficult, as I've said about 5,000 times, even in the final dungeon. This place is like Hampton Court Maze. I wonder if there's a single pixel outlined ghost hiding around the corner. No. But there is Pat Sharp and his mates. Burn it with fire! No! Oh, I thought that thing was indestructible for a minute there. Ah, I spy a chest. Wonder how we shall get that. Ah, also indestructible. Knock you off the cliff. And this wall looks strangely bombable. But it isn't. Get out of my way, you fool. Thank you. Now watch this fantastic maneuver here. Oh yes. More redundant fairies here. Might as well collect them anyway. And get 100 rupees. We're actually fast approaching the 10 grand mark now. Goodbye. Ho ho ho! The old collapsing platform trick. Well, you're not gonna fool me. I'll bomb this wall instead. This is all optional extra stuff. You don't need to do it to complete the game. However, it does reward you with some more rupees. Great. No, sorry. Splendid. No. Magnificent. Thank you once again, Theosaurus. We'll decide how we're going to spend those rupees later on. But now, it's back to the dungeoneering. Now, this room might seem impossible now. However, go through here, head back through, and the path has returned. Now, that's magic. Get out of it. You pain in the neck. Get it. Just in time there. To the 4th floor now, where even harder challenges await us. And look, there are wizard men, which are of course not to be confused with the lizard men of Doctor Who and David Icke fame. Although these wizard men do seem to be slipping in and out of the 4th dimension at will. So you never know. Ho ho ho. Oh yeah, if you're doing a speed run, do not bother with that blasted chest because it's just more rupees. This is slightly more tricky, methinks. As we just fall down the hole again. Bit of hookshotting required, for you see, there is a bombable wall there. Blasted thingy. No. Let's see what's behind here. I hope it's worth getting. Ah, treasure chests. And another door. Don't go back through there, you fool. We must hit the thing again now, and rupees perchance. Indeed. More over here? Yes. I wonder what could be through here. Let's have a look. Oh, look! More chests! And more rupees! Oh, we're just about to hit 10 grand! No, not far off now, though. More hookshotting and fire rodding in this room, I should think. Ah. Well, I've been making slightly snarky comments all the way through this video playthrough regarding the ROM of this game. In fact, it's a very faithful conversion, which the hackers did a very good job of. You see, when this game was originally dumped, it did not have any of the indoors locations, and those had to be rebuilt by the hackers. See, look, there is a chest. And of course, we need that chest, don't we? So, more backtracking, and this means going through that room again. Yes, always check for secrets. I don't know why I didn't check that door first. I'm an idiot, aren't I? Here we go, it's the big key. Yes, indeed. The big key is in the same room as the chest. Logical in some respects, fiendish in others. Yes, we have to do this room again. So, bear with me just 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go. And we can get the big chest. What's in it? Ah, the ice rod. We are going to need this for the final boss, which, no doubt, is not that far away now. Jelly things guarding the chests. They want the rupees. And we have just broken 10 grand. Congratulations, have a medal or something. Actually, we could probably buy 100 of them. Though I don't know why you'd want to do that. There is still more dungeon to navigate. And the room that I had most problems in this particular video. I don't know why, because it's relatively easy. This bit's no problem, because we have the mirror shield. But here is a bombable wall. Now, can you guess how we're going to get over there? Well, we're going to employ a tactic that we used in the very first video of this series. And if you can remember that far back, yes, it's the dash jump. Ugh. If at first you don't succeed, try again 1,000,000 times, in fast motion. Oh, complete failure there. Take 3. Let's try this again. Oh. Yes, complete uselessness. Well, I'm too far into this recording to start it again, and anyway, we have just done it. Congratulations to us. And the worst part about this is that we didn't have to do any of that. All that's in here is more rupees. Well, I should have known, shouldn't I? Although, you never know where you might find top secret stuff, and at this point, I hadn't yet got the magic cape. Of course, you do not get it in this game, but I wasn't to know that, was I? There is, of course, space for an extra item on the inventory screen, and it could have been the magic cape. Or maybe the blue cane. Well, Furry's in this room, and that's preparing us for one thing. The big bad boss! And as is befitting of the penultimate boss of the game, he is the second hardest after Ganon. Although he's still a watered down version of the Trinex that is found in Link to the Past. Ah, I always get hit by that blasted thing's head. Take that! Haha, I was prepared this time. No, it's time for the second part of this battle. Blah blah blah. Finally! Right. You've got to hit the flashing yellow thing there. As with all the bosses, apart from the centipede thingy, it's rather simple once you've got the hang of it. This guy takes more hits than most, but you still shouldn't need a fairy or potion. Still have them in reserve, should something go drastically wrong. But as you can see, it did not take me long to defeat him. It does, however, take forever for him to die. And we can steal his heart. Good, I didn't need to sing him a slushy love song. Not long now, before we find out what's going on with these stone tablets. And here we are at Spectacle Rock, a familiar location from Link to the Past. However, there doesn't seem to be much up here. There is a cave. In here are some fairies and the game's next hurt piece. Just beyond this wall here. And it just so happens to be the trickiest of the game. This is quite a quandary, isn't it? Maybe I should just use the red cane and be done with it. You may also be able to use a bomb here, but the Cane of Samaria looks an awful lot cooler, doesn't it? We'll make a mess of opening this chest. And be gone, for there are a mere 20 minutes remaining of the ancient stone tablets. Here is the reason why Zelda came with us. She has the Book of Medora, and she's going to use it to decipher these strange glyphs on this stone thingy-majig. And no, I'm not talking about the glitch text you just saw there. She will, however, take a while to translate it. 11 more minutes, in fact, because on the 48th minute, she lets you know that she has done the deed, and you can go and kill Ganon. But we can't do that yet, so we shall continue the task of getting all the hurt pieces and secrets in this game. We are, after all, on the final stretch now, so let's explore the land which has now opened up to us. Head past the graveyard here. And look, they've moved the fairy fountain from Link to the Past. There's nothing in this area, it just leads back to where you started the game in week 1, but you can ram the tree there for extra hearts, or rather berries. Stupid bird, your flight powers are nothing compared to my Pegasus Seals. Ha 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 ha. Well, we now know the mole is there, but just up here is the most blatant heart piece in the whole game. Just lying there, all glitched and weird. But I ain't going to complain. I will, however, complain about that. Cheap. Okay, Molio. Dig me a holio. Summit of Death Mountain, eh? Well, it's a good job we can fly there with the help of our feathered friend. Because otherwise, we would have had to pass through that blasted cave again. Hello, Zelda. Just standing there doing nothing. Whatever happened to It's Dangerous to Go Alone, eh? She stood there all alone, with only the Molio for company. I like to call him Molio Balotelli, thanks to his random acts of kindness, just digging holes for people, awarding them his treasure that he has found. I mean, he could keep that and spend it on a Ferrari, couldn't he? But no, he donates it to people more needy than him. People with only 11,000 rupees. Now this cave is my favourite in the whole game, because it has 1,400 rupees in it. 1,400! What are we gonna spend all those rupees on? Possibly these sideshows, so all the money we collect is going straight back to those blasted thieves. I wouldn't worry too much because they'd just give it me back again. Strange trade system they have going on in Hyrule. Well, cheers for the stuff, and it's on with the quest. Next, we are going to pick up an item that will help us beat Ganon. Arbitrary He-Man time again. Can we not just get on with things? Thank you. Because we are in the 4th week, the guard that was previously blocking the path to the Master Sword is gone. There is no one here to stop us picking it up. Not even you, you blasted green blob. I'll kill you with the Master Sword once I get it. Huh. Oh wow, this is so cool. It's a pity no one's here to see it. I wish I'd filmed it. They'll never believe me now. They'll just say I painted my orange sword yellow. Oh well. Time to go on an animal-killing rampage! No, they're completely immune. Screw this, let's do some moonwalking. Well, Buzzblob, I've decided to let you live, because I'm chivalrous like that. You, on the other hand, Mr. Bird, shall die. On to the next heart piece. Fairly sure it isn't down here. Oh well. Let's cut the grass one more time for old time's sake. Ah, the memories. Okay, enough of this. Just get the rupees. Come on, bird. I can't remember where the next heart piece is, so we might as well head to the fortune teller's house. Does he have anything interesting to tell us? The answer is invariably no, but he's worth paying a visit anyway. Just to get my 1 heart of health back. Blimmin' mole hole, blocking my path, die! That pile of stones looks suspicious, but first, let's get our fortune told. What nuggets of wisdom do you have today, Mr. Purple Cap? I already have buyer's remorse, and I haven't even heard what he has to say yet. Oh well, thanks. Yeah. Half expected him to say, the game will end on 56 minutes. You don't say, Sherlock. Oh well, we can't destroy him, so we shall ignore him. Yes, if you can't kill someone, do the next best thing and pay no attention to them. At least then, they will be dead in your eyes. It's just a hookshot gauntlet, for which the prize is a holiday in San Francisco. Nah, it's just a piece of heart, really. Ah, there goes my flawless record. Might as well just run it. Suppose the next thing to do is find the rental shop once again. Was this it? Nope, we'll come back later to play the game. Just hit the bloke over the head there. Seems unaffected. Ah, I was waiting for you this time. Something about the Pegasus shoes I don't believe I mentioned. You can actually run between screens with them, see? Although sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Ah, nothing in the tree. And we've arrived at the rental shop. Now watch this skill! Yes! But you can't do that again, Yack. Have you noticed that the 4th level sword is gone? That's because we have it, and there is no stronger sword. We shall take this. Yes, lend it to me. Thanks! Why do the shopkeepers always laugh as if they've just ripped you off? Usually because they have. It's not as if we're short on cash. So the mystery heart piece is in the graveyard. Let's fly away. That's not actually a real song, I just made it sound as if it was. Fantastic singer that I am. Now where's this heart piece? Out of the way! I believe it's somewhere over here. I'm correct. We're right on top of it. So let's get out a shovel and start digging. This one? Indeed it is. You got a piece of fart. There are only 2 remaining. And we can get neither of them until Zelda's finished her business on the top of the mountain. And we've got, just check my watch here, 4 more minutes. I didn't need to do that. There's a timer in this game, isn't there? We have quite a bit of time, so we might as well go to the magic shop and pick up some more lemonade. Well, it's not really gold potion, is it? Because it's more of a yellow colour. See? Actually, I suppose it is gold. We're gonna use this against Ganon. How effective it might be remains to be seen. Might as well get my free sample. Those idiots like the fortune tellers charging you 20 rupees for a pointless piece of information and a refill. They should take a leaf out of the magic shop's book. And that's it. We've done almost everything, so let's see if Zelda has sorted this. Indeed not. And she won't for a few minutes yet. We'll hit her with our sword. Work faster, or you won't get paid! While I waste my time doing pirate impressions and looking for buried treasure, I will apply double speed. So you can listen to the overworld theme at 200% speed. Regina telling us there are only 10 minutes left. But what am I supposed to do right now? Except make strange patterns in the sand. Oh well, at least the mole seems impressed. Mind you, he's impressed by absolutely anything. Look at him there, doing his star jumps. Back here then, and we'll see if the lumberjacks are still outside. The answer is most likely yes, because, as I said earlier... Oh, what was that thing? I killed an invisible thing! Ugh. Anyway, they never do go into their house, even though the sign promises it. They tell us about the Master Sword, which we already have. And Regina there is talking about the legendary silver arrows. I wonder where we're going to get them from. Well, we don't have to pick them up ourselves. We will be granted them soon enough. And by soon enough, I mean now. Because look, Zelda has completed her business. It's time to head up there. Come on, bird. Too quick for him. And the final chapter in Legend of Zelda Ancient Stone Tablets begins here. The Hero of Light, eh? I'd say that's a rather ironic name, considering our character looks so fat. Have you seen how he waddles around like a duck? Here we go. We're going to pray to the heavens that these silver arrows drop out of the sky, just like the ancient stone tablets. Kaboom! And there they are. The weapon that we will need to defeat Ganon. So let us go and do that without tarry. Head into the portal. And for the first time, we are in the Dark World. Sadly, this is all that we see of the Dark World in this game, but there are one or two things for us to do other than defeating Ganon. Because if you remember, we have 2 pieces of heart to collect yet, and they're both at the top of this mountain. One is through here. But of course, they are not going to give it us for free, so here's a repeat of the puzzle that we saw earlier. Dark World heart pieces taste suspiciously like cow's hearts. Exactly the same as the Light World ones then. The final heart piece is just around here. Oh look, who left this lying here? And that's it, we have all 20 hearts. So we are fully equipped for the final battle. We climb the large stairs and marvel at the magical floating torches. More stairs. It's the Hero of Light's final challenge. Youth, if you want to fight me, you must first ascend these stairs of doom. Ha ha! Cheap shot. Ha ha! Think you can defeat me, pigman? Fat chance of that. You have inferior HP to the Ganon that appeared in Link to the Past. You are a shadow of your former self, a disgrace to the world of pigdom. I have 20 hearts. You cannot beat me. Especially because I also have the Lucozade of Doom. And I can refill my energy. What have you got to say to that, Ganon? Well, that drink is high in sugar, and should only be consumed as part of a healthy, balanced diet. I'm only a kid, I don't care about health. Well, boy, prepare yourself for a life of obesity. Oh, that's rich, coming from a guy that eats slurry. Quiet, fat boy! Ah, shut up, Ganon. You're so fat that soon the floor will start disappearing when you jump. Actually, no, that doesn't happen in this game. It would be too hard. But we still have to light the torches here. And there he is, crying in the corner. He doesn't like being insulted about his weight. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if that's what this fight is all about. Prepare to die! Yes, this all started because somebody called him a fat porker. And he went crazy and took over the world and stuff. Now get out of my way, you fool! Okay, now one more hit, and he shall be dead. Not forever, just temporarily. He'll of course be back to annoy Link in subsequent games, but for now, he is vanquished. You found a mysterious stone tablet. Does this stone tablet hold some significance? Nah, I'm only joking. There are no more of those to collect. We've done everything. Indicated by the victory music there, which will play until the end of the game. We say bye-bye to the Dark World for the final time. Well, the only time. And head back to Hyrule to check we didn't leave the oven on. Aha, here is Zelda. It's time for a slushy ending scene. It's just like out of one of those cheesy chick flicks, isn't it? Yeah, can I have my kiss yet? That's your problem, Zelda. All talk and no action. What? Not even a peck on the cheek? She was all over us earlier. Forget you. Well, there is one thing we haven't done this week, and that's play the sideshow. So, we shall go and do that now. Abusing our newfound Master Sword powers along the way. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, you get infinite magic power with the gold potion. Which means I can stand here and do this for a week, but we have other stuff to do first. Haha, I have that bird in my pocket now! Well, not literally. That would probably be animal cruelty. This game is the closest that the Ancient Stone Tablets comes to emulating a casino. Because this is a slot machine, and you must throw the magical boomerang at the slots to stop them. 2 50s, and a 20. Now, way back in the first part of this playthrough, I did mention that you would have only had a couple of chances to practice this game if you were playing on the original Satellaview system. However, it turns out that each chapter was broadcast for a full week, so you might have been able to come back to play this game over and over. It's a great way to farm the rupees then, although I don't know why you'd want to do that when there are so many in the game anyway. Still, there's a lot of fun to be had here, if you have the time. Red, and green. Well, this is not a patch on fruit machine for the Amstrad CPC, so we shall... Blasted bird! Typical, it would get the last word. At least I got 20 rupees for him. Well, that's Zelda the Ancient Stone Tablets. A curious little hidden gem that you will do well to track down for yourself. Now, before the ending sequence, we're going to witness Agina's special teleportation power, for we are now talking to him. And magically, he is at the entrance to Death Mountain. I hope the youth has taken care of you. Oh yeah, and then some, baby! Also, I believe this is the first time we've seen his sprite from the side, and Agina, he looks like a pig, doesn't he? I wonder if he is any relation to Ganon. On Death Mountain, I felt Ganon's presence. Just like in that old Star Wars joke. Yes, well, it's worth reiterating that these parts would have been narrated on the original Satellaview broadcasts. And I'm sure the ending sequence would have been all the more grand for it. Here we have some breaking of the fourth wall, because they are literally talking to the player. Now isn't that a lovely touch? Oh, sorry, lovely. Just a sec. Isn't that a wondrous touch? Oh, this blasted thesaurus. And the Master Sword sleeps forever. Perhaps. By the magical powers of Doctor Who, we are transported via the TARDIS back to the real world. And they go back to doing whatever it is they do. I'm really not sure, but who cares? Excellent. The results screen is coming up. I'm looking forward to this. Come on, the tension is unbearable. Come on, I've already waited a while. Give me my results screen. Yes, it was certainly worth the wait, wasn't it? Well, at least we beat our score from last week, which, I guess, is all that we can do. Best to just ignore the third statistic from the top there. Anyway, go out and play this game, beat my score, and that's an order. It won't be too hard, but as an extra added challenge, try to narrate over the top of it at the same time. And here are the credits for the Japanese version of the game. None of these people appear in this hack, so that screen is pointless. And there you have the Japanese name of this game, which I'm not going to attempt. Special thanks to the Super Mario Club, which I guess would be the same as the Samari Kane. And your hack credits. Those guys are legends. Nay, heroes. Nay, awesome people. Yeah. But wait, there's more! Tune in next week